Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Ethereum to begin with, and basically just a broad overview, because things are so static, boring, and same as they happen for ages. There's not a great deal to report, to be honest with you. You know, taking positions here and there is fine. Stop losses in place, that's also fine. Risk management is key, because again, when markets are sideways like this, sideways and up, but sideways just generally, they can plummet off the back of somebody doing something stupid somewhere, or some form of change or something like that. So just be aware of that. You know, it's almost like they're looking for an excuse to either pump or dump. So, but that said, you know, this is Ethereum on its daily, with the exponential moving averages golden crossing over. The simple moving averages golden crossing here, simple. And the exponentials yet to cross, but you know, at this rate, probably cross at the end of the week. We've also got conversion baseline cross within the cloud, so all you're looking for at this point now is just a little bit higher. So you've got to get Ethereum close a little higher with the Chiku span, obviously above the cloud, the conversion baseline cross in the cloud, which is fine. Leading portion of the cloud is currently red. But that wouldn't take long to flash green, because we've basically been consolidating at this sideways level. So we do have to go, this sounds stupid, we do have to go higher in order to go higher, if that makes sense. If we get a move up, get a golden cross to retest it, that's your opportunity to move. If you break down below here, if you start to lose these levels again, and then see a rejection from it, then you probably are looking for below 2,000 again. So look, it's not the end of the world, just is what it is. Let's have a look at the US 500. So the pre-market's open, we're starting to see a little bit of green, 0.25%, tiny small piece of green, but it is there. Money flow index is relatively high, we're sitting at 80 basically, just short of 80. Golden cross above all moving averages. I like it. It does look good. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly. 4 hours got hidden bullish divergence leading into this low. We've just got to reclaim the 6,244, which is your centre of a Bollinger Band, and then you'll be making a new all-time high on that one. So to be fair, it does look like this hidden bull moving into roughly that support is going to give us the move that you need to power on through. Money flow index is not overheated here either. So let's have a look at the S&P. So the money flow index here is definitely higher. So I mean, it's likely to have a correction, a deeper correction at some point soon. It's just not really doing it yet. The 4 hourly is so different, aren't they, between the two? 4 hourly here is one of wanting to pull back further, whereas the US 500 is really just looking to bounce from lower. I prefer US 500, to be honest with you, and I think the US 500 will lead this to a new all-time high almost immediately. And so that's my expectation. That normally would allow for stocks, crypto to move as well. Bitcoin has come down to this diagonal support, the top of this descending triangle formation that was reclaimed on a breakout. So we've come down to retest it. So again, another chance for us to try and long or catch a low on Bitcoin before it moves back up in increments to its previous local highs. It's already done the 110. It's obviously got to do the 112. And then from there, you're probably looking for around 118, which is the measured move that we had from the mouth of this formation. It's a bit crooked, but yeah, there you go. About 118, give or take. You know, that's what we should be looking for. And finally, on Bitcoin, just to reel it all in, we do have bearish divergence on the weekly. Okay, so that is the truth of the matter. Bearish divergence on the weekly. That was the new all-time high, or weekly candle body last week, and it gave us bearish divergence. Money flow index pretty hot. So there's some evidence for a greater pullback actually at this stage. You know, it's the truth, which is unfortunate. But just taking you back a little bit, because I just want to take you all back in time to how the last market behaved. Overheated over here. This is kind of how we are approaching at the moment. Outside the discomfort level, we launched, went parabolic. We continue to launch, went parabolic. You get an overheated read that leads to a pullback. Launch, parabolic, overheated read, launch to a pullback. Another high, and bearish divergence over here. Another high, bearish divergence. So look, it's high, and it's getting close to forming a peak as far as time frame rather than price. So just remember all of that. Look at this chart. A lot of people said that this has been a bad bull market. I look at this and say, I don't know what you're talking about. Do you know what I mean? This has been a terrible bull market, man. It's not. It's been a really good one. It's been a pretty good one. And as we approach the end of the bull market territory, for me, this red line, signifying an area of time where I think it's time to think about exiting positions. Now, in the last, usually in the last few months of a bull market, altcoins go absolutely mental. So, you know, that's still a very strong possibility. Remember, we've got the bull dip across high term time frames for a lot of those major altcoins. You've got the Bitcoin dominance looking a little bit sad and tired, you know, with bearish divergence across the board on that. So who knows what's going to happen? This isn't not a market for the faint-hearted. You got to have some balls to play this game, and obviously, for me, I've got to deal with a fair few trolls, because until something happens, your theory is open for criticism, which is fine. And obviously, if I get it wrong, the consequences for me are loss of money. But you know, that's fine. I can handle that. But I do it, you know, publicly in a way. So, a double shaming, right? So I'll leave with you there. Hopefully you have a nice day. Just remember, there's signs of peak, there's signs of low. You know, that means that as far as forming some kind of analysis which gives you a 100% chance of success in one particular direction is pretty hard at this point. But I'd still favour, over the next few months, higher highs, and significant ones as that. And that's just the way that the charts present at the moment on a weekly. As for this day right now, I think we should be green for the day. For the week, it's a tricky one. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, today should be green. The next few months ought to also be green. Maybe not consistently, but a new all-time high should be generated between now and September. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.